My name is Terry Metcalf. This is my wife Jennifer Metcalf and my daughter Sarah Metcalf. We're here to share our story about our daughter Megan Metcalf that we recently lost to long fought battle with drug addiction.
Evening of January 18th. My husband and I, we just finished watching a movie, and I noticed that I missed several phone calls, and it was from Megan's friend, and I called back, and they informed me that she was being taken to the hospital, that she was unresponsive, and that we needed to come right away. I wasn't panicked because, you know, we've been in the situation before with Megan because of her addiction, and just began praying, and we headed to the car. The doctor called and said, "Your daughter's in the hospital, and we need you to come right away." And I let him know we are on our way. We're coming from a little bit of a distance. It'll be about an hour and a half before we get there. And then he paused, and I knew then what he was going to say. And so I handed the phone to my husband, Terry, because I didn't want to hear what he had to say. But we learned that she passed away. And it was when we were inside and dealing with being bombarded with all the emotions that you're bombarded with when somebody passes away. And I remember saying to myself, you know, I can't bury my daughter. I can't do it. I just began to hear the song that they had played Sunday at church. You make me brave. You make me brave. You call me out upon the shore into the wave. And I just, at that moment, I felt the presence of the Holy Spirit, and I just felt strengthened, and I knew from that point that, you know, he was going to get me through this. He was going to get me through burying my daughter and losing my daughter.
Certainly changed all of us in a lot of ways. I think that for me personally, coming from a law enforcement background, I had a pretty harsh outlook on people that were in that lifestyle, in that situation. And through this, it definitely taught me, you know, that no matter what a person's situation is, you know, they're still a person, and they're just struggling, fighting with something that a lot of us don't understand. And it changed my way of thinking in a lot of ways.
But it was around October or November that something just happened and clicked in her, and she decided, you know, she was done with that, and she was gonna turn her life around. And from October and through, like, it was November, I guess, and she just got on. She made that decision, and, you know, God's just started working in her life, and she got clean, and we had the opportunity to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas with her, and she went from, you know, always being suicidal to being hopeful, appreciative of, you know, of her family. And we got a card from her, you know, right before Christmas, and it was the best Christmas present ever. You know, that, you know, she was just told us how much that she loved us and thanked us for being there for her through everything. You know, and then I think something alluded to the, you know, where she had written as many suicide notes, and it was just awesome to be able to write her appreciation. So we knew that that was God, especially after she relapsed and lost her life, knowing that God worked that out so that we had that time with her, because if she would have gone before, it probably would have been a lot harder to take, knowing that she was in a dark place, but knowing that she was, you know, she was in a much better place, and gave me a peace of mind knowing that, you know, she's where she is in heaven and she's okay. But God, when He stepped in, He really, there at the last, I know I would have never been able to live through it hadn't He repaired our relationship.
I mean, me anyway, I'm struggling with it right now, you know, honestly. And just the fact that, I don't know if it's pride or what it is, but, you know, just the fact that I lost my daughter, I feel like I failed, you know, I was not able to save her, you know. And, like I had to get to, it took me a lot of years, but I had to get to a point where I had to say, I can't make this right, I can't fix it. So I did eventually get to a point where I just had to trust that God was going to deal with it. And you know, I still question why it happened and all of that, but I have a peace with it as well. You know. That's our story. We're the Metcalf family. And we're going to stick this out together. We trust that God is going to see us through every bit of it. And things can only get better.
God will take what's meant to destroy and make good out of it. We trust Him. More than to have each other. When it gets hard, we just see it go. Yeah.